Good afternoon and good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining myself and Joe, that you've seen a moment ago, on Wake Up Call today. This is, of course, we're now on Tuesday, the 21st of September. So, what have we got coming up today on Crafters TV? Well, we have got another busy day. And we're going to be having a look at a masterclass. Now, after Wake Up Call, Debbie Fisher, she's going to be taking over the reins for the remaining of today. And she's going to be having a look, as I say, with the masterclass. And it's all about kind of like scrapbooking. If you like the scrapbooking feel and memory book feels, this is what Debbie's going to be having a look at. That's going to be 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. And then she's going to come back with a launch party. Launch party on a Tuesday, and we do actually have a launch that is in the party, and that is all about our sassy and classy stamp collections. These are so much fun, a little bit edgier, stamps that have got that little bit of attitude when it comes to these ones here. We're going to be having a look at them in Wake Up Call as well, but that'll be 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. Now, you might even find a little crafty countdown is going to be appearing as well. That's going to be your opportunity to get your hands on some incredible goodies at incredible prices for such a short amount of time. So make sure that you're going to check that out when it does appear. But as I touched upon a moment ago, he's back again for another few days. I believe it's 4 days. This time, is it?
4 days,
4
yeah.
days Joe's here with.
4 whole days. How lucky are you, lucky lot? No, I'm glad to be back.
Lucky.
I've had a lovely weekend off, so it's, yeah, really lovely to be back.
Did you do much?
Yeah, I had one of those weekends, you know, you have zero plans and you say you're going to do absolutely nothing.
Yeah. And
then it turns out to just be jam-packed full from the moment it starts to the moment it ends. I went to see, I'm not sure if anyone saw, Everybody's Talking About Jamie was released on Amazon Prime.
Heard about it,
this
not
week.
seen it.
So some cities had screenings. We've got like a little arts picture house near me, so I went to a screening of that. And then my friend who's just moved over from Australia was up for a couple of gigs, so they stayed for the weekend. Yeah, it was beautiful, really lovely. And the sun was still out, which was awesome.
Still out now.
Yeah, how was yours? Obviously, as well, we have to talk about
Absolutely.
Strictly at the Weekend started, didn't it?
It did.
How amazing was she?
How amazing. If you've been able to see any of Sarah's Insta stories, certainly this morning and leading into yesterday, it looks like she's doing really well. So I know that we're all looking forward to seeing her on Saturday night actually doing her dance. So yeah, so that's coming up. So yeah, other than that, you know, watch that Saturday, and Sunday was a little bit of a quiet day. Chilled out.
Nice.
I enjoyed it.
Nice, glad you had a nice chill weekend.
I did plan on doing the garden and washing the car, but that didn't.
No, they can wait. I've had jobs like for the last 4 or 5 weeks. You know those jobs that you're going to do this weekend, this weekend, next week. I'll do them the weekend. I'll do them the weekend. Yeah, it can wait.
Yeah,
It can wait.
This weekend, this is my long weekend off. I'm off on Friday, so I have to at least do.
You have to get some stuff done. Indeed.
Have to get some.
Do you know what you can't put off doing though?
What's that?
Making sure you get your votes in for us, because of course voting in the all-important awards closes on the 24th, which is Friday, and we are nominated in so many different categories. Have a little look at this: most loved craft TV shopping channel, most loved chain, best brand for crafts, best rated customer service, favourite die cutting range, ultimate gadget, male craft personality of the year, the hottie Scotty himself, female craft personality of the year, Sarah Davies, designer of the year, Miss Chivers, ultimate craft holiday, best workshop and online craft class as well. So make sure you vote for those. Really simple to vote. Get over to craftawards.com. Voting closes on the 24th. That is this coming Friday. So you are going to need to be quick, of course, if you want to snap those up. But there is absolutely loads coming up today. Remember, if you want to get in touch with me, you can do so in all the normal ways. It's a really jam-packed week, actually, here on Crafters TV. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're over on YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well if you are over on YouTube. Right, but loads coming up, as I was saying. And Craig has got a snippet of what's on the way today.
I do indeed. I've actually got something that I personally haven't seen for a wee while as of yet. We've got 2 options for you. So let's start with the 8-inch option. This is all about the 8-inch album spine and the Decadent Edges collection. You've got 5 elements in total. Now on today's price that you can see on your screen, £39.99, $45.95, you are saving 20%. But as we know by now, platinum, that's going to come down to £31.99. or $36.76. These ones here, these are all about making your 8-inch albums. Now for birthdays, anniversary, weddings, all these sorts of special occasions you want to hold onto these memories. With this one here, this will work in your large A4 Gemini. So your 8-inch one will work in that one, no problem whatsoever. Your decadent edges are all about creating that different edge on the pages that you put inside your album. So within Wake Up Call, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at this one, and we are going to construct just the spine of it. And then I know throughout today Masterclass, Debbie will be showing you more options as well. But that one being the 8-inch option, it enables you to be creating some of the most gorgeous, luxurious, happy memory books that you can be making here. Very, very simple, but you can of course decorate them till your heart's content in your own cardstock, pattern papers. Maybe you want to do your own ink and backgrounds, you absolutely can do. So that one is your 8-inch album spine. Platinum price £31.99, $36.76. But that's not the only option. There is another option that you can go for, and this is the 10-inch. So this is the 10-inch album spine, and this has got the Opulent Edges collection. 5 elements in total. Today's price being £54.99 or $59.95. You're saving 15% on this one here. Platinum, however, that comes down to £43.99 or $47.96. With this one, with the 10-inch one, this will only work within your Gemini Pro because it's so big. So for the 10-inch one, you do need your Gemini Pro for this one to work. But what that enables you to do is that enables you to make your larger 10-inch albums that you can see here. Now this is one that our lovely Fiona has done, and you can see a look. So there's me, there is Fiona, and there's Debbie, who's also going to be popping up just later on as well. So if you do want to go for your bigger albums, then you can use your 10-inch spine that you can see here. £43.99, $47.96 for you guys stateside. Just to reiterate again, the 8-inch will go through your large Gemini, your A4 Gemini. The 10-inch will only go through your Gemini Pro, your huge big beast of a machine. So that is what's coming up in Masterclass with Debbie. Also going to have a look just in a moment, but with Masterclass is all about garden party, 3 o'clock here in the UK. That is of course going to be 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Pacific time. So as I've touched upon the garden party, we've got the complete collection. Over 102 elements and 120 sheets of paper. Now when it comes to this one here, on today's price, this is £104.25, $136.91. Best price yet, saving over 35% on that today's price. But platinum, that comes down to £83.40 or $109.53. Also just to say, there is other options across on our website if you go across there, but if you buy this full bundle that you're seeing here, works out you're going to be saving an extra £10 or $10 by going for this huge big bundle. Also just to say, that will go for €10 as well if you're across in Central Europe. You've got your dies, you've got your folders, you've got your cardstock, you've got your pattern papers, your large ones, your small ones, you've got stencils, you've got so much within that garden party theme. Stamps there that you can then personalise and also do your own sort of dates if you are wanting to go down that invitation sort of route. So that one being the garden party, also within Masterclass. We'll be having a look on Wake Up Call just shortly, but we're not going to go too far from that kind of fun aspect. What we're going to do is we're going to have a look at something that's very sassy and it's very classy, and it's got a lot of attitude. This is the Sassy and Classy.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was me.
Well, you would fit just beautifully in the middle of this Sassy and Classy stamp set, where you're getting 27 elements in total within these ones here. Now, these have all been inspired by a designer called Karma Fila, and within these ones here, today's price being £29.97, $38.85. On this one, it's launch party, launching today, you're already saving 25% on today's price. But with platinum, as I say, it comes out at £23.98, $31.08 for you guys stateside. You have got 4 stamp sets, 3 of them have got 7 stamps in them, 1 of them have got 6 in them. So you've got a nice selection. As I say, it is true to its name, sassy and classy, and as I like to say, it's got that little bit of attitude when it comes to these ones. So we'll be having a look at these towards the end of Wake Up Call, but please, please, please do come back or stick with Debbie after Masterclass and Joe, of course, and tune into the launch party where Debbie's going to be having a look at a few relatively new launches as well over the last week or so, but she's going to be highlighting these as well. So this one is the Sassy and Classy Stamp Collection, 28 elements. You okay there? You okay? We tap in the back?
I'm all right, sorry.
All right. You're okay, no problem. That one being launch party. So 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. So that is what we've got coming up. But what we've also got coming up that launched yesterday, but is obviously will be new to Joe, is something that he's going to be going over with you just shortly.
Oh yes, because every single Monday, don't forget, we launch a brand new Get It, Got It, Good. Yeah, this one is from the big brand of Totally Tiffany. It's the Punch Pack 2-inch store and go. You've also got the Punch Pack 1.5-inch store and go, and the 1-inch as well. These are super versatile, really handy for storing a whole host of different crafty items in here, all clear and see-through, all stored beautifully, of course, into the lowest tote as well, and a brilliant price on this, but only for this week. I do need to let you know, however, that in one day yesterday, over half of the Get It, Got It Good, Get It, Got It, it sold out is what I'm saying. Half went just yesterday alone. So if you've been thinking about that and you thought, oh, I'll pick it up later in the week, you may have to act sooner rather than later, would be my suggestion. Right, loads of you tuning in saying hi from all over today. Rachel is our social media superstar for this hour. Georgianne's here. I can see Nefertiti as well in Kentucky. Sarah Brown is in from Australia as well. Patty's in Michigan. Meave's in Dublin. We've got Rochelle. Good morning, all from Florida. Mariah's in New York, cooking some breakfast. Delicious. What is on the menu this morning, Mariah? Carolyn's in West Virginia. Mary is in Wisconsin as well. Right, loads to come today. Any questions you've got, get them into me. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are across on YouTube. But I feel like the theme of the day, we should set it, Craig, should be sassy and classy. The problem with this is I don't say classy, I say classy. So can I say sassy and classy, or does that not work?
I think that works. But I have to say, though, there's no perfect day that these could be launching when we've got Sassy and Classy themselves, we've got Joe and we've got Debbie Fisher. Win-win.
Who's
Sassy
which?
and which one's Classy?
Who knows? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not go down that road, not just yet anyway. I'll let you guys at home, you can decide who's who, that's for sure. But here we go, let's have a look at what's coming up in the Masterclass with Debbie just shortly. So that one being Masterclass, 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. This one, we've got 2 options, so I'm going to go over these ones again. 8-inch album spine with the Decadent Edges collection. That's 5 dies in total. Now $39.99 or $45.95 for you guys stateside. Everyone is saving 20%, but with Platinum that's going to come down to $31.99 or $36.76. I always like to say as well, every now and again, we go over these in pounds and dollars, but for you guys across Central Europe, you just need to go across to .eu and your prices in euros will be there for you. Now these ones as well, the 8-inch one will work within your large A4 Gemini machine. So this is going to go through with the A4. And of course, if you've got the Pro, we'll go through that one, no problem at all. So this one, let's have a look at the 8-inch. So what you're going to be getting is you're going to be getting the actual 8-inch album spine itself. One pass through your Gemini and you're going to get all of this die cut and the score lines for you to then adhere it together using either, for the show I'm going to use red liner tape. At home I would use tacky glue so that the glue will then dry into all the fibres of the cardstock, but personal preference for me. And then what you're also going to get with this one is this is the 8-inch page edges. So this is for the pages inside the memory book, so you can change the actual look of them. So for example, let's bring in a few finished samples here. Now you can go different depths or widths when it comes to these ones. So they are height 8 inches, but you can make them as long or as short as you want. And of course, you can then design them whichever way that you want to as well, using so many pattern papers. Now within this one here, this is using one of the edges for the edge of your pages, but then look at this. Why not use them for little pockets as well? You don't just have to use them for the memory books. Use them to enhance your books as well if you want to, or use them as individual elements elsewhere in your crafting. But if you've got additional little worker dies such as twist and pop, waterfall, all these sorts of ones, you can then be incorporating as well. Now I've got a few designs, so I'm not going to go through every pages, but what I'll do is I'll show you at least 2 of the 8 inch, and then I'll show you the fronts of some more, so you get the idea of the different designs and shapes that you could go through. But Joe, can you imagine this as a wedding album that you can then start to create? What a lovely gift this would be in itself. Really, really nice. Or maybe you're just wanting to, you're maybe fed up with all of your photos being stuck in your phone like I am, and you think, right, this month I'm going to do so many, or this year I'm going to do so many, I'm going to get them printed out, I'm going to get them put in. And with the 8 inch, you do have that height of the 8 inch, but because you can have them as long as you want. For instance, you might want to go shorter, that you can see here. You might want to go all different decorative on the edges, so using a variety that you can see here. You might want to go more of the distress or a darker tones if you want to here, mixing and matching. And then look at this one here. This one is absolutely gorgeous. Keeping it 8 by 8 in size, but you can see it's absolutely phenomenal. So pattern papers, your cardstock, your texture cards, any of your flower forming, all of these that you can be doing. And these are a gift in themselves. But
they really are awesome, aren't they? And also you get all those pictures, you get your pictures on your phone. I didn't realise, printed for free, Craig.
And yeah, there's
I
an
think
app,
there's an app, or I use a website called freeprints.com.
Me too.
There you go. There's an advert. Hashtag ad. And that is, get them all printed for free and then do something fabulous with them.
It's great. It really is good that you're able to do that. And it just means, you know, I don't mind printing my photos out on my laptop, but you've got to transport them in, and you've got to like resize them to a proper photo size. So I know that apps like that, it's great. They just send them to you in the actual size, so it's perfect. So then what we'll do is let's show you the 10 inch one, and then we'll go back to the 8 inch and we'll do a demo just to show you how the spine works. So this one here, this is the 10 inch album spine. This one you're going to get the opulent edges with it, so 5 dies in total. $54.99, $59.95. But then this one you're saving 15%, but platinum comes down to £43.99, $47.96. This one, you do need your Gemini Pro to use this one here because of the size of it. And this is how it looks. Now, it's kind of the same idea as the 8 inch. Well, it's exactly the same idea, just a different size and different shapes of the page edges. So you've got this huge one here that you can see. And then what you've got is you've got your 10 inch page edges. So everything with the finished samples I showed you a minute ago, you can do that, but then on a grander scale, such as the 10 inch ones, and then you can go big. Now, once again, the height of it is 10 inch, but if you want to go maybe shorter, you can do. If you maybe want to go longer, you can do, but you can have fun and you can do all your little memory, scrapbooking, wording, all of these that you can do when it comes to here. And you know what the thing is as well, Joe, is you look at that and you think, gosh, that's really quite complicated. They're so easy to put together. They're not one you're going to rush. Don't rush it. But overall, they still really are really simple to put together.
Really, loads of people loving this as well. And Mariah's got back to us. It's eggs over easy with cheddar cheese. It's for breakfast, Craig. She already dropped one raw egg watching CCTV, and it's the worst thing to clean off the floor. I must admit, raw egg is not the best thing to clean up. I hope you haven't got carpet. No one has carpet in the kitchen, do they? Actually, do you know what? I know. So I've been in a kitchen that's got carpet in it.
Really?
That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
Joanne says, I have the 10 inch spine. I'm going to try and make a 12-month album with 3 grams grandsons. I'm going to put a pic of each of them at 1 month through to 12 month and special first holiday pages. I think that's a really great idea. Valerie loves these. Michelle really wants to get hands on these. Meave says, brilliant idea, making a memory book for my grandson as I'm watching Wake Up Call this morning. Mariah already has a 10-inch, now she wants the 8-inch version as well. So showing you that it's really handy to have both of those. Apparently I'm definitely sassy of the two, Craig.
Yeah, I'd get that.
Valerie says I'm sassy and classy as well. I think Pam says I ordered one of these. My nickname is Sassy Mueller. Mueller is pronounced Mule. I don't know what Mueller means. Do you, Craig?
I don't. You know who this is a job for?
Who?
Google.
Oh, yeah, Google.
We'll need to ask Google.
I'm Googling it.
Google. Tell you what, if you ask Google,
I'll Google.
And we can do a bit of a demo when it comes to these memory books. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the 8-inch one. 8-inch one will go through your A4 Gemini. So what I'm going to do is I've got a piece of craft card, white card, black card, you know, it could be many different cardstocks that you're using. I personally, when it comes to the actual spine, I wouldn't use something like glitter card or mirror card or that. You can do, but I would go for a more fibrous cardstock. It's going to be more flexible, more forgiving, and you need to just keep in mind there's going to be a lot of handling and movement with these ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to secure it onto my cardstock and onto my plate, and as you can see, it just fits your A4 and no more. So what we can do, it's still a wafer thin die, so it's still your plastic, magnetic, and then your top plate. So we can then come along and we can then feed that one up to the Gemini. Now when I say it will only work with your A4 Gemini machine, it will of course work with any other A4 die cutting machines. It's just the size that you need. It needs to be A4 for this one. Of course, it will go through the Large Pro as well. But if you don't have a Gemini, but you do have an A4 die cutting machine, it will work with that one, no problem at all. So what we are then left with is the outline of our spine. And then what we've also got as well, and it's very hard to see, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the die back in. Can you see we've got lots of score lines all the way down? And I don't know if I go really, really still, and oh, perfect. Can we see right along it? There's little X's. So there's a load of X's there, there's a load of X's there, and there's loads of X's there. Now this is going to enable you to accurately stick the pages together. Now what I mean by that is we're a way to fold in concertina these pages here. So the tabs that have got the X's, this is where you're going to stick the X against the X. So it'll become a bit more clear once I've started to do it. And what I like to do, Joe, is I like to enhance the score lines by going over them with my scoreboard and scoring tool. Not essential, but I like to do it anyway, just to enable it to fold and burnish that little bit better.
Very, very busy on the socials. Lots of people love these, and a lot of people already got them, Craig, and absolutely loving them. Any questions that you got about them? I mean, they are maybe a slightly different way of crafting them. A lot of people maybe are used to, Craig. But any questions that you've got, then do let me know. Lily Rugg says, good morning, everyone. I'm so in love with these. I have so many ideas for them. Whoop, whoop. This is definitely my kind of crafting. Let the creative juices flow. Love that. Joanne says, I have a 10-inch spine. I'm going to try and make a 12. Sorry, I did read that one already. We're asking Pam about her nickname. Because apparently, I thought it did mean, Craig, moolah means money. It's a slang term for money in the UK.
Oh, no. I've seen it in American films where it's like, give me the moolah.
Yeah, moolah apparently is money. So unless it means sassy money, I'm not sure. We'll get some clarification from Pam on that. Don't you worry, and we'll come back to you and we will let you know. But these have been so popular since we launched them. If you've got pictures of these, albums that you've made, we would love to see them as well. Especially in our later Masterclass show, you can email those into studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. Details are just down there on the bottom of your screen. So absolutely do drop those our way.
For sure.
Could you cut fabric with a spine die, asked LaTonya Craig? I think it'd be cool.
You could, because it's a simple line, but then it's going to be too flimsy.
Yeah, maybe I think she means maybe cut it to cover it, I think, maybe more so.
Cut to cover, yeah, you could do.
I mean, I think you'd probably be better off. I think you'd be better off to trace around the outside edge. Maybe cut it with leaving a, what's it called?
A seam allowance.
A seam allowance, yeah. Hey, check you out, Craig. And then lay it back over and then maybe stick it round. I think that'd be the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
But no reason why you couldn't. If it cuts paper, I mean, with one layer of fabric with a stabiliser, it should cut it. No problem at all, I guess.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know what? Give it a shot. Give it a shot and see how it appears to come together. But yeah, try. But what I'm doing here is I am folding and burnishing all of these lines. Now what I'm going to do, there is specific directions in which you fold them, but what I do to start with is I fold them all in on themselves so that we can get the folding started. So I'm folding them in, and then it's one of those that as you start to stick them together in a moment, you start to see it all come together. So as I say, some are mountain, some are valley, but to start with, what I do is I go in and fold them all in the one direction. So I'm going to go in, so I think I've got pretty much all of them all the way around here. So here we go. So then what I've got here is the panels that have the little X's together. This is the ones that you're going to stick together. So this is where I, at home, would be using my tacky glue for this one. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, on one side, I'm going to add my red liner tape. And as I say, this is one of those projects that you're not going to rush. You're going to take your time. You're going to enjoy it. I think we get so wrapped up with enjoying and loving what we're doing that sometimes we do it too quick because we love to see how our cards or our projects are coming together. So something like our memory books, I would highly recommend, even if you spend a day or maybe even just spend an hour a day and just think, right, I'm going to do one page at a time. I'm going to sit, I'm going to relax and not rush it. This is the sort of thing that you wouldn't want to rush. So what I'm going to do is, now that I've gone in with my tape, and again, the reason I would use tacky glue at home is because it's going to dry into the fibres of the cardstock. Everyone's going to be looking at it. Everyone's going to be turning the pages. So it's just going to make it extra, extra strong. So now that I've taken the backing off my layer, this is where we meet the two X's together. So we'll fold that one over. So I'm going to press. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little bit of a rub back and forwards just to get that heat set up. That's going to help adhere it as well. And then each time, Joe, what I'm doing is I'm going to take the backing off again, and then we're just crossing them over. So let's fold that bit back. So once you start, the way that it's been designed, the way that it folds together is you end up getting tiny little tabs. That's where your pages are going to adhere to.
Awesome. Jamie's saying 48-inch. One of these, I'm going to make an album for my mum-in-law. I think they're one of those things, Craig, as well, when you give them, as soon as people have seen them, they're going to want you to make them, aren't they? It's going to be one of those talking points that, you know, everyone's going to be doing. Great for things like wedding gifts, for, you know, if you've got lots of photos of the couple you can do. I mean, there's not really any occasion you couldn't make these for, I don't think. And also, what surprises me is seeing these put together. I know we've done, you know, multiple masterclasses on these now, is how quickly they do come together as well. You can make something really quite fabulous with minimal time, can't you?
Oh yeah, you absolutely can. But then think of them as, yes, as a gift, but think of them for something the recipient can do. So you can make them up, you can design them, you can do the layers. The only thing that you might not want to do is put the photo in and then give it to whoever it is you're giving it to, and they can put the photos in themselves. So it's going to be a full book, memory book that's already been done. It's just blank with the photos and the wording, and the recipient can do it themselves. So, you know, you don't have to always do a complete book if you don't want to. Although the thing is, you get carried away, you get excited, and you'll probably end up doing that completed book. But this is how the spine starts to come together. So we've got the spine of it. This makes it flexible and round. And what this also does, gives you the little tabs. This is where you're going to pop your pages inside. So with this being the 8-inch one, what I've done is I have just happened to cut these to 8 by 8. But this is where, because the height is 8 inches, I'd be inclined, of course, keep it 8 inches. But you can go shorter if you want to. You can go longer if you want, if you've got your larger cards. And this is where you would come in with, let me just find my 8-inch ones. This is where you would come in with any of the 8-inch dies, and you can change the edges if you want. So you can change the edges, keep it square if you want. I'm going to do this for, just keep it square for time, but I know with yourself and Debbie back later for the masterclass, I know Debbie's got lots of ideas as well that she'll show you. So what I'm going to do is, keeping it very simple as well, I'm going to go in with my red liner tape, I'm going to snip, and then, I've got myself that pre-prepared. Look, I've already got them on the back.
You.
Check me out.
No.
Check me out. So what I'm going to do, take that one off, and then I'm going to do one to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to nestle that in nicely into that back page, and then I'm going to press. The only thing I need to do is, I've got my red liner tape that's going to go on here, but what I want to do is I want to add some adhesive all the way around. This is going to make the pages extra sturdy. So if you are doing your layering, your inking, your die cuts, because we've had some really fab frames and layering dies as of late that you can start to incorporate them. So I would add a little bit more, but let's go in for time, add these ones on. Imagine as well, Joe, making a Christmas one.
Yes, exactly. Adriana just saying, another set I haven't used a lot due to lack of time. I'm looking forward to try. I have tons of printed pictures. Would love to gift one to family members for Christmas. Absolutely. Another great way, of course, of using these. Are you, Barbara, sorry, says, Craig, are you able to extend the 8-inch spine to add additional pages?
You can do. You can do. I've not done it. So off the top of my head, what I personally do is these two spines, I would do 2 of these, and then I would stick one onto this back panel. So then we're extending it outwards. You could have a bit of a play and maybe remove that and just do it on at the side panel. But me personally, I would just do 2 exactly the same, stick one side by side, and then there you go. You've got more pages that you can put in.
It would make it extra sturdy, I guess, as well.
It would do, absolutely would do. But then there we go. All that you would keep on doing is adding another 3 individual pages, 6 in total, to go back and back. That is your spine that we can see here. That is how the insides are coming together. You would do some for the inner part as well, and then depending on how you decorate them, you can go to town with all of your papers that you can see here. Have fun with the pages, and even showing the pages, they don't need to be 8 by 8. You can go a lot smaller if you want. But that one there that I just focused on is the 8-inch album spine. Decadent edges, 5 dies in total. $39.99 here in the UK, $45.95 for you guys stateside. Everyone's saving 20%, but Platinum's going to come down more at $31.99 or $36.76. crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.eu is a place to go, but that's coming up with Debbie and Joe. Masterclass, 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time or 7 a.m. Pacific Time.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a jam-packed day. Indeed it is. And Debbie's here with me now. How are you, Debbie?
Hello.
How's it going?
I feel like I haven't seen you for ages, Joe.
It has been. How long's it been? A couple of weeks?
A couple of weeks, yeah, a couple of weeks. So we've both been busy, but doing other stuff and up and down. So yeah, all good though. How are you?
Really, really good, thank you.
Good.
Back for 4 days now. We've got a jam-packed day coming back today, haven't we?
Yes, we have. So what Craig was just showing, we're going to combine both of them because we're going to combine with the Sarah Signature Collection with the album as well. And I've actually got my project here, Joe, which I'll show in more detail. But I've made one of these little books and I'm going to add some pages to it. But you can see we've literally just put a few pages in it made with that, and a hidden sort of extra that you can pull in and out as well. So yeah, love that. It's a beautiful collection. It's really soft and really sort of just focused on all those sort of flowing lines. It's got gorgeous edgeables in the collection, and then marrying it with that spine folder is amazing. So it's going to be great.
And then, of course, Debbie, we've got a brilliant launch, haven't we? Launch party tonight.
I was so excited about doing these. I love the Sassy stamps. They are just...
I was asking the viewers which, if we were going to be sassy. See, I say classy, so shall I say sassy and classy or sassy and classy?
Sassy and classy,
Sassy
of
and
course.
classy, yeah.
Yes.
I was asking the viewers which of us was sassy and which was classy.
Oh, okay.
And resoundingly, unanimously, I'm the sassy one and you're the classy one, apparently.
Of course.
I'm not surprised.
Although I think I have a little bit of sass.
Oh, so much sass.
But yeah, you definitely the majority there.
I bet they are gorgeous, aren't they?
They're lovely, just beautiful stamps. They're really fun. We need a bit of fun, don't we, in crafting sometimes. We always want something to colour, so yeah, it's going to just be perfect.
Amazing. So all that is coming up. And I hear you're going to treat us to a little demonstration in this show, is that right?
I am, yes. I've got a nice little card to do. Nice to sort of ease you in the pace and just kick Craig out for 5 minutes.
Well, some say three's a crowd, Debbie, but not during
anytime you like.
not during wake-up call, I assure you. Right, we're going to let Debbie go and get ready for a demonstration. So while she does that, let's show you some of the fun things we get up to here at Crafters TV.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Exactly what you're waiting for. Make sure you sign yourself up and join the club. Indeed. So many questions coming in about the memory spines, the spines. Aisha wants to know if you could use mount board. Would it cut through that? Could it cut through chipboard? Other people asking if it will cut through double-sided adhesive, Craig. I'm not sure, are you?
Well, it would cut through double-sided adhesive.
Double-sided adhesive.
The only thing with mount board and chipboard, and that's not flexible.
Yeah.
You need it to be flexible.
Maybe the cork fabric would be a great a great one. I'm not sure if it would cut through
As
that.
long as it's got flexibility to it, because remember, certainly with the spine, you're creating it. You need to shape it. You need to bend it. So anything that's sturdy or that, then
What about mount board and cork chipboard for the pages?
The
Would the
pages-
edges cut, do you think?
I don't see why they wouldn't
Yeah.
cut, because although they're a shape, they're a relatively simple shape. You're not having to do any shaping or bending or forming. That I don't see it being a problem. It's the spine you would have the issue with.
Spine, you have the issue with. I hope that helps. Now, also, remember, we have got the garden party featuring in that masterclass a little later today. We're in a really fortunate position as well, where we can still offer you the full collection on that as well. It is the complete collection. Everything in there, printed papers, you've got the gorgeous pearlescent cardstock, amazing stencils and embossing folders and layering stamps, lots and lots of dies in there for you as well. A platinum price here is pretty unbelievable. In fact, I have got this right. Yes, platinum members, it is less than half price for platinum members, which is amazing.
Yeah.
If you're in the UK, which is fantastic, and less than half price for platinum members if you are stateside as well. So do make sure you go across and check that out over on the website. But I believe that's what we're going to have a look at with Debbie next.
Yeah, absolutely. This collection is beautiful. It's a real sort of sorbet of colours. It's got those beautiful peaches and greens, and it's just absolutely lovely to work with. So I'm using a few different elements. The first one I like to use is the ornate lace. This one is a beautiful die. It actually cuts out this whole panel here. So it's not so much of an edgeable, but you can do so much more with it. Now, being not an edgeable, we've included an edgeable die with it, which is amazing. It means you can do so many different things. So what I've done is I've took a sheet of that pad. I mean, look how pretty. I mean, we need to take a moment to just appreciate how pretty this paper pad is, because it's gorgeous. You're going to use it on so many different things. And all I've done is use that edge to go down two sides of it. So down the first side and then down the second side. So this gives me my matten layer. It means when then I cut this out, it's going to fit perfectly in these different crevices that we've got. So first of all, we're going to run this through our Gemini. So let's grab the plates. I took some of that gorgeous cardstock. I really like this one because it's like a sheen, not a shimmer, and it's got a beautiful sheen across the whole cardstock, which is absolutely lovely. So we're just going to place that onto our card and run that through. So nice and easy.
Did you enjoy the barbecue on Saturday?
I loved the barbecue on Saturday. Yeah, we had a hog roast. It was amazing. We had a lot of laughs, didn't we, Craig? We laughed lots. It was very relaxing. There was
Any
no
salacious
talk of
gossip?
work. Well, yes, but I can't possibly say on air.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm not saying anything either.
As if, no gossip, apart from Craig going through the bouncy castle. Have you told your story?
Going through the bouncy castle?
Well, apparently Craig's got some burns.
Well, I did see he had a mark on his arm there, so I was thinking, I wonder what that was from. Did someone get a bit too excited on the bouncy castle?
Few gins and kiddie bouncy castles don't mix.
No.
To be fair, the kids were getting in the way.
Were they?
It was like, come on, kids, it's adults' time. So yeah, a little bit of a burn.
Did you get on the bouncy castle, Debbie?
I didn't. I wanted to. To be honest, I just think I talked too much and didn't get a chance to get on there.
Doesn't sound like you, Debbie.
No, not at all. Right, the next thing. It was fun though. It's so. Do you know what it is? It's so nice to all get together and not be working. Because although it is fun and we love our jobs, it's so nice just to have some downtime with our work colleagues and actually our friends. So it was really lovely. So what I'm going to do here is I've got my ink pad and I've just used, now this stencil is great. If I get a darker piece of card so you can see it more clearly, look at all those lace borders that you're getting on one stencil. I mean, not only would that create a beautiful background, I love the fact that you've got all these you've got 4 different elements that you can use to create your borders. So all I'm doing is taking a white piece of card and placing this sort of lattice effect on there, and then I'm just going to grab myself a dauber. Let me just find there we go.
Was the weather nice up here as well at the weekend, Debbie, for the barbecue?
It was lovely.
It was glorious back in Manchester.
Very nice. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, absolutely lovely. I think we've been blessed actually this last part of the month. We're middle of the month.
It's been lovely all over.
Yeah, really nice. So all I'm going to do is ink through here. And then what I love about this, if I show you just going to the end, in fact, we can just quickly fill this bit up. You can move it along and make that longer. So you just line up your stencil onto the parts from before, and then you can make that go even further. So it doesn't mean that just because your stencil is only 6 inches long, your card can't go along that way. So let's pop that to the side.
Debbie, can I ask, what is it that you love about the finger daubers?
Oh my God, because they get into all the nooks and crevices. They're all at hand. I like the fact that you can put 2 or 3 on your fingers at one time and do your colours. So yeah, they're absolutely great. They are my go-to now. I go to them more than anything else. If you've got a big area, obviously your bigger daubers, your Spectrum Noir daubers are better. But I love the fact that their finger daubers are so quick and easy. And what I've noticed with them, they seem to stay wetter for longer, probably because they're in a case. So there's always ink left on them afterwards. You don't always have to dab them back in. So sometimes I haven't got the right colour, but with my pack I just grab them and use them, and you've got still loads of colour on those little daubers.
Oh, excellent.
Which is good. Right, so I've got my again, and that lovely sheen cardstock, and all I've done is I've put some black cardstock. Now I think it's really important sometimes when you've got something that's very light in contrast to have just that little bit of a border to give it that pop. It means it draws your eye into that centre part. So first of all, we're going to stick this onto our piece of card. So just using my tape pen to adhere that down, and then placing that in the centre. There we go. And then I've got a big piece of card. So I thought this really warranted using a big card. Now, for anyone, I know in America, a lot of you like smaller cards. Us in the UK, we quite like big cards as well. So what I've done is I've used my black matte cardstock, and I've just made a little card myself. So all you need to do is cut this one a little bit bigger. So I've done this 8 1/4, 8 1/2, and then I've just scored that line to attach it to another 8 by 8, making myself an 8 by 8 card. And then I'm using that gorgeous gingham check that we've got in the 12 by 12 pad, and popping that onto here. I have a thing about our paper pads where they match just amazingly, and every page is usable. I used to have a real bugbear about pads years ago that we used to pay for, and then there was quite a few pages that you wouldn't use. But I always find with ours, even that gingham will then match this one. I mean, look at that. The contrast in our paper pads is absolutely amazing.
I think we're all bad, but there's a lot of times, even myself, we focus on what our product development do with our dies and folders, and you know how incredible the detail and the depth in that is, and sometimes we forget just to acknowledge how incredibly well that the design our paper pads together with the colours. So. You know, sometimes we kind of not dismiss it in a negative way, but we forget to really appreciate the work that the team put into the paper pads as well.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, couldn't agree more, Craig. I think you're right, and we do have to appreciate it because there's a lot of time and effort that are put into the paper pads to put them together, and it's why they're always so popular. So all I'm going to do now is lay these into that section. I mean, look at that for just a perfect fit. It adds that subtleness that you need in a card. It brings it all together. It gives you a focal point. So really, really pretty. Now you can see I'm using my dotty tape pen, my absolute favourite. I love it to bits. I think I'm like on the lookout for who invented it because it's so incredibly amazing. And it's great for your intricate die cuts.
I really love the design on this die that you've got here as well, Debbie.
Oh, it's beautiful,
it's so different
isn't it?
It's really different to anything else, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. So different. Yeah, I love it. It's fast becoming one of my favourites. I'm a bit of a sort of circle and sculptured girl because I do love curves. Probably because I haven't got many. I've always wanted to be one of these really curvy women, and I've just never had. Yeah, who doesn't want a big bum, big hips?
I'm not going down this path.
No, don't draw into this.
This is trying to comment at this point is like when someone says, "Oh, let's play the let's all guess how old each other is" game. No, that is a game we do not play.
I think there's something very, it draws you in with circles and shapes and curves, and I think that die really does that. So what I'm going to do here is, because I do know that there's a lot of our crafts out there that don't particularly do lots of colouring, and sometimes you don't always have time to do it. So what I'm using here is the pattern cardstock, but I'm going to actually use it with the die, which means it gives me a pattern straight away without having to do too much work. So let's pop our ink pad on. I'm using the rocker blocks, nice and easy. I'm also just using a flagstone. It really doesn't matter whether it's waterproof or alcohol proof, because we just want to get that image down. So just pop in that. I'm rocking from the heel to the toe, so just down, and then you get that beautiful effect.
Sarah's been doing a lot of that lately, eh?
Yeah.
Rocking from the heel to the toe.
Where if you've been following her Instagram, there's been a lot of ice baths I've seen on Sarah's Instagram the last few days for the feet, yes.
Yeah,
I know we're all
absolutely.
very, very excited. I mean, it was fantastic on Saturday, wasn't it, Debbie?
It was amazing. So, I mean, honestly, quite in awe, actually.
She looked incredible as well. I've asked her to bring a few clip-ins in for me for the next show we do, because I feel like I could do with some of those sort of big bouncy locks that she had going on. I think that hair
I thought that you meaning clip-ins of her hair.
Sorry?
Did you mean clip-ins of her hair?
Yeah, not those ones. If she could just get wardrobe to get some in my colour for me. You know, I mean, just the hair was, oh my gosh, it was something else, wasn't it?
Right, what I've done here is I've just trimmed them out. So nice, easy shapes to trim out. I've also done a with love. So you get the stamps in one of the stamp sets that I've used, and I've just done a with love and just rounded off my corners, and then done the little spoon as well. Just stamp that onto a piece of card. So what you get with these is you die cut. Sorry, I'm saying I've cut them. I meant I die cut them out. So with the actual stamp set, if I bring them in, you get all these different ones: the cake, the teacup, the cupcake, your spoon, and all the coordinating die sets. This is a great one to have just in any collection. It's so good and versatile to have. And all we're going to do is pop our card together. I'm just going to use some 3D glue gel, if I can find any. Doesn't look like we've got any there, so what I am going to grab is some foam pads, and we can pop them onto foam. If you use your 3D glue gel, it just gives the shape a little bit more. You can actually put some shape into your card. So I'm just going to pop that into the centre, take off those back in.
See the background that you've put that die border on the pattern paper?
This one?
Yeah, just up above.
This one?
The border. Yeah, that one. Do you know what that's like? At a distance, it's as if that was already designed like that.
Ah, I see
from
what
the team.
you mean.
And then, but obviously it's not, and it's kind of like you're enhancing the pattern paper yourself by adding to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd never looked at it like that, Craig. Yeah, you're right. It does look enhanced. They're just good, fun designs, something for everybody. Then we're going to pop our with the love onto there. There we go. Pop that onto our bit here, and then our spoon. And then we're going to, again, I just have to put some tape because I need to get myself some. I haven't got my bag with me because I knew Craig's was in the studio. But pop in that there. And there we go. So nice, quick and easy card using all those different elements. Using the teapot and the cup and saucer. We've done that bottom piece where we've done the stenciling through, and it's just tying everything together. Should we just show a few more samples, because they just look really pretty in different ways that the design team have used them. So this one here, using that same die coming around those bottom edges. I mean, how incredibly pretty does that look? And use them multiple times just to create that illusion. It almost looks like what's the word, the tablecloth, you know, when you get those old-fashioned tablecloths around the edges, or blinds as well. You could do, in fact, this die would be perfect if you've got a window die. You could use it as your blinds on the window die. There's also some really other fun elements in this collection. I absolutely love this one. We've got stamps, these stamps as well. I mean, it looks totally different, but these papers, stamps, that beautiful die, the bunting die, is all in the collection. I love this one, using this one fun to cut in, cut out. It's a cut-out die, not a create a card, but you can create some really stunning looks using that die again that we use along the side, but using it underneath just as that border. So different, yeah, so many different things that you can do with them. The parasol is one of my all-time favourite dies and stamps, and that is just beautiful. So many different things you can use that for. And look at this, making that teapot, the one I did, just stamping onto here, but if you coloured them, making it look really retro, that looks gorgeous in those colours, and colouring them in and just using those that uniqueness. And then we'll show this last one. I adore this. I mean, this one is gorgeous. This is actually a twisted easel. Look at that. So bringing it up there, using that die to cut around the edges to hold it up, but again, use it in a totally different way to what we originally done. So yeah, a really nice collection and something for everybody.
Amazing, absolutely love that. Loads of you really looking forward to that as well. Still some questions coming in, Craig, about memory books and spines and about where we can use them. So I wondered if you fancy just clearing that up for us.
Absolutely. Let's do that one. So what have we got? Have you got any specific ones there?
There's a few from different people here. Diane was asking which Gemini, as well as, who else was it? There was another one. Kathy as well was asking a very similar question.
So I will. So going to Kathy's question, no, the memory book spines won't go through the Gemini Junior because the 8-inch one is, of course, 8 inches. So that will go through your A4 Gemini, or of course any other A4 die cutting machines. Your 10-inch memory spine, you will need the Ultimate Pro. The Ultimate Pro, that's the scoreboard. You are going to need the Gemini Pro for your 10-inch one because that is even bigger. So none of them are going to go through the Junior or the MIDI. You will need the A4 one for the 8-inch, and you will need the Pro for the 10-inch one.
Oh, I hope that helps and clears everyone's questions up. I love how Debbie used a pattern paper for the tea set. Must do that. Thank you, Debbie. Loving this set. That's a really good point. I think a lot of time don't maybe think about stamping over, Craig, something like a pattern paper, but absolutely, definitely something you can do. I've got a little bit of a deal that I want to share with you. It is Explorer's Kit for later. Something I know Craig absolutely loves and adores is, of course, our flower forming. A really great starter kit. Everything that you need in here to get you going, actually. You've got the massive ball tools with the sponge there. You've also got your petal distress tool, or as Ben calls it, I love it, the finger toboggan. Because that's exactly what it looks like. What we've also then got are some dies in here to get you going as well. So you've got the peony dies. They are in there for you. You've got stamens included in here, and also 7 sheets of foam as well. And you've got the white foam coming to you. That's excellent because it means that you can ink that up as well, however you see fit. So it's really versatile, that one. A brilliant saving for you as well. Saving about a third there, which is fantastic. So do make sure you snap that up. That'll be coming up in our launch party show, which will be coming your way a little later today, 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast time. Right, loads more to come, but before that, let me share with you all the details on the US shipping.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
There you are. All the details there of the US shipping. Laura Jones has got a great question, Craig. If inking onto foam, what ink should be used?
Now, that is a good one, because some of us on the TV team will use quick dry.
Okay.
and some will use water reactive. So I've not got a definitive answer for you. He's nodding to see you've said it right. Yeah, got it. Not got an accurate answer for that one. Probably wouldn't say it again. Give both of them a shot. But yeah, I can't say one's better than the other because half the team use water reactive and half use quick dry.
There you are. Can we use other colouring mediums as well? You know, like our pens?
Absolutely. Use any of your alcohol. Now, do you know what? She's not mic'd up, but I'm going to ask her because Debbie will know. Debbie, flower forming, when inking, would you use quick dry or water reactive? Because I know some... Either, yeah, because I know some on the team, Debbie's just saying either, like what I said, some will use quick dry, some will use water reactive, so either or, give it a shot.
There you are. And Rachel, our social media superstar, she uses the opaque pigment inks to ink them as well, so it really just depends, whatever you've got, whatever you fancy, whatever you're most comfortable with. I guess would be the answer to that one. Right, loads still to come though on this show. Craig, what would you like to take a look at next?
We are going to be having a look at what's coming up in Launch Party with Debbie and Joe, and that is all about the Sassy and Classy. These are brand new stamp sets that we have got. These have all been inspired by an incredible artist called Karma Fila. Apologies if I have pronounced that wrong, but these designs are absolutely incredible. So fun, as I keep saying as well, they've got some attitude. This is the Sassy and Classy stamp collection. 27 elements in total. The attitude, the sassiness, the classiness. It's Joe Remblance all rolled into one.
How very dare you.
£29.97, $38.85 for you guys stateside. You're saving over 25% and platinum price on a launch party, on a launch day, because it's launching today, in launch party, down to £23.98 or $31.08. Now, 3 of them, you're going to get 7 stamps in, and 1 of them you're going to get 6. All of them have a main design. Some of them have embellishment designs, and they all have sentiments as well. So I have got these boards to show you what these look like. Now, these are stamps, not die, so you can then go onto your bigger cardstock paper if you want. You can come in with your matting and layering dies if you want, your nesting dies if you want, and you can then start to change the look by using your shape dies if you choose to do that. And within this one here that we can see, now isn't this so fun? So you've got the lady, the girl here looking out what would be the window with the curtains there, true friends with the little cat that she's got there. But then what you've also got is additional little icon parts. So you've got the body of the cat. So if you wanted to do it so that the body's actually behind the arm, decoupage slightly, you can do. Same with when it comes to the bow, you can have it so that it's a little bit embellished onto the curtain, or of course you might want to pop it into her hair. You've got little cell phones, to keep it very modern at the moment. And then with this one, you've got true friends are never apart, maybe in distance, never in heart. And you've also got do what makes you happy, plus thinking of you. So that's a really nice one. Maybe if your friend is going off to college or university or moving to a new house, a new country, a new state, a new town, or maybe they're just moving on to a new job, then that would be a really nice one as well. Then we've got dress to impress. Now, my friend Laura, that would be absolutely spot on for her. You'll have seen her on the past popping onto the show where she does a lot of her dressmaking and that. So she's got that sitting on that old style sewing machine. You've got the scissors. Again, you've got that bow. And then you've got dress to impress. You've got short and sassy. You've got cute and classy, and you've also got the world is your catwalk. So you've got that one.
Love that one.
It's really nice. But do you know what they are as well? Is they're not overly fulfilling when it comes to colouring.
No.
They're nice and they're opened areas as well, so you can really start to go in and lay that colour down and create shading. So that is that one. Then what we're going to do is we are then going to be going into the Hello Gorgeous. And that one is where she is relaxing onto that big, comfy, old-style armchair there. Now, she's reading a book there, but then she could have books at the side that she's got her little cup of tea, or, maybe she's got her cakes that you can see in there. Or the other books, you've got our champagne, or, it could be our little alcoholic beverage that you've got there on a Friday night or a Saturday night. or like a lot of people nowadays, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. It's entirely up to you. But too glam to give a damn. We've got Wake Up and Make Up, and we've also got, name of the title, Hello Gorgeous. So you've got this one here, and then last but not least, this is the one we're going to be having a look at and stamping and colouring. So within this one here, this one is called Partners in Crime.
Why has this got a bit of an ABBA vibe about it to me?
It does.
It really does.
It really, really does. It's got that ABBA vibe to it here. So you've got that, it could be the ABBA, it could be Ab Fab, of course, it could be, you know, that could be me and Joe, it could be me and Ben, you know, it could be me and George, you know, it could be me and Becky, it could be anyone, any of your friends that you've got at home as well. So you've got these sentiments as well that you can see on all of the stamped images as well. So you have got your we'll always be friends, you match my level of crazy, that's definitely me and Joe for sure. Then we've got Just For You and Partners in Crime as well. These additional little icons that you can stamp out, create backgrounds, or you can decoupage if you want to, but then these make these sorts of finished examples. You can then of course decorate them as to however you like. So if you want to do square cards, you can, but if you want to do things like your twisted easels, you can. So another one where she is nicely, well, she looks nicely, nice and comfortable. Don't know if it'd be too comfy after a while, but you've got that one in the armchair. So whether you're doing your square cards, your concept cards, or small little cards, you absolutely can do. They're not too difficult to fussy cut, but what you can do if you want, if you've got an electric die cutting machine, you can then of course use that as a scissor blade. So then instead of hand cutting, you can scan it in and use the cutting function to cut out all the way around. But then we've also got a couple more. So we've got her sitting there onto that old sewing machine. Whether you're, I was waiting to say, whether you're going to go with the pastel tones, that garden party collection, that would work really, really well with this one as well. So you can see lots of different looks, lots of different colours, lots of different styles and designs, all matching with that classy and sassy effect. I'm going to get myself sorted to get this one demoed, but these are what's going to be coming up with Joe and Debbie on launch party at 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time or 11 a.m. Pacific Time.
Yes, absolutely. Make sure you keep your eyes out for those. Kathy Liz says, often tell my friends we're partners in crime, so this stamp is a must for us. Going back to Pam E's nickname from earlier, she's given us a bit of extra context, Craig. She says, I played volleyball, and the man who ended up as the best man at a wedding turned Pamela into Mala. Then, because I was naughty, naughty mouth, they dubbed me Sassy Mala. There you go, Sassy Mala. I guess when you're playing sport, I guess names do get shortened, so I get that.
Yeah.
Lot of love for these stamps. So Brenda saying how cute they are. Kathy Lear says love the sassy and classy stamps. Definitely getting these. Mariah loving that little seamstress. Aisha loves them. Laura does as well. Pam E also saying can't wait to receive these home too. So lots and lots of love for them. Also, Craig, I like not an overwhelming colouring project. You know, a lot of stamps you can see it's going to take you a long time, and they are great. You know, if you want a long project, they're brilliant. If you want something that's going to create impact but also not going to take you very long, this is probably that, isn't it?
It is. It really, really is. So keeping it very, very simple, as Joe's just pointed out there. But then you can go far and beyond. If you're like me and you love to do the fussy cutting. Did you know that, Joe? I like fussy cutting.
No, didn't know that.
But you didn't even know I like mats and layers.
Didn't, no.
I've got a third one for you. Foam pads.
Oh, yeah. Wow, I'm learning so much about you today, Craig.
Learning so much. Every day's a learning day here at Crafter's Companion. But yeah, if you like to do your fussy cutting, stamp them out, you know, 2, 3, 4 times, and then do your own little decoupage fussy cutting. If similar to what you would do with Hunky Dory's little books, then what you're going to do is do that within the stamp form as well. So there's lots of different ways that you can start to use them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to use the Partners in Crime. And I'm going to go in with our watercolour card. No, I'm not. That's a little fib. We're going to go in with our Nina cardstock. And I'm going to use my stamping platform for this one. And because these are just launching today, this one that I'm using hasn't been used. So you know what I like to do when it comes to a stamp that's never been used is give it a little bit of a prime. And that's going to give us a really smooth stamp impression. So by priming it, let's just make sure that's not moved. what I'm going to do is move this back in to here, slotting it in, making sure that it's straight. I want to make sure that that's okay, which it is. So I am going to use my Flagstone alcohol proof because I'm going to use our Illustrator pens. But beforehand, I'm going to go in with our translucent clear ink pad, and I'm going to give that a coating, and that's going to give it a really nice base for my alcohol ink to sit on. And I only do this once. I don't need to do this again. When I come back and use these, I go straight in with my chosen ink pad to start off with, and just giving it an extra prime.
So you don't need to stamp it off the watermark?
Nope, go straight on with your chosen ink pad.
Amazing.
It's not going to affect your ink pad, it's not going to dilute it or stain it or do any damage to it. It's there and it's just giving it a base.
Brilliant.
So going in, and then I'm going to press. So if I press this one in, so I always like to keep at least one hand still towards the middle, and then I'm going to press all the way around. And the good thing with the platform is if I've missed any bits, which I don't think I have, I'm happy with that. What I'm then going to do is let's take my stamp impression. And now I'm going to use our illustrators that we've got on the show today, Joe. And what I've done is I've gone in with the waterfall and peacock blue. I'm going to go in with the bubblegum and the fuchsia. I'm going to go in with the natural brown and the gold, and I'm also going to go in with a little bit of blue-grey 1 and blue-grey 3. Because it's alcohol that I'm using, I'm putting a piece of scrap card underneath just to catch any of the alcohol. And then let's go in with the waterfall in the peacock blue. Straight away you'll see each ones that I'm doing, I've only got 2 shades. Usually we go through in with the 3 shades, which you can do, but I want to use what's in with that Illustrator set. So that's why I'm using waterfall and peacock blue. Kind of that bluey aqua tones, one lighter than the other one. And what I'm going to do when colouring, I'm going to go straight in. I'm going to go in with the light tone first, as if I would do with my classics or tri-blends, etc, etc.
Fantastic. Lots and lots of love for these. Will there be a craft along on this? I'm not sure they will be. What do you think off the top of your head? I'm not sure they're...
I thought so.
Not sure they warrant a craft along. I can tell you where they will be featured though, and you'll be seeing lots of amazing demos on them, is this Friday's Colour Me Happy. So that will be another chance for you to see lots of demonstrations on them. I guess the problem with doing a craft along on something like this is, Craig, it's more so about the concept of how you colour them, isn't it?
Exactly.
Rather than the project you create with them. And that will definitely all be covered on Friday's Colour Me Happy. So I've seen a sort of mini craft along coming your way, Pam, to a degree there. And also lots of great inspiration this evening on the launch party show with myself, and the fish will be here as well. So amongst those two, I'm sure you'll get enough inspiration to have a lot of confidence in order to make beautiful, beautiful things with them.
100%. 100%. I would actually say Colour Me Happy is probably going to be more beneficial than a craft along. That's just my opinion, for sure. But all that I'm doing is I'm going in with the light tone first of all, and then I'm going to lay down that light colour. I'm not being overly precise or neat. I want to get that colour laid down. So I'm going in. Once again, this is the waterfall from the illustrators, and all of the illustrators that I'm using are from the set that actually you can see on the bottom of your screen right now, the 36 piece. This is the Colour Essential. Was usual price $74.99 or $119.95. Look at that today's price, £63.74, or of course $101.95.
And the value on the stamps is awesome as well, isn't it? You know, £24 or $31 essentially for Platinum members.
Yeah, yeah. For something that is launching today.
For amazing.
A launch.
I mean, considering you could get both the illustrators and the stamps together, and you can see there under £100 to get both of those. Really great gift for someone, those two together, I'm thinking.
It is, yeah. And as I pointed out before as well, they're not overwhelming images to colour.
No.
But maybe someone's been thinking about trying the illustrators and also stamping. Nice little set. Or why not even break down the illustrators? Maybe, you know, you keep 2 of the stamp sets and half the illustrators, and you gift the other 2 in the other half, you know, so then each of you are getting to play with the stamp sets. Maybe you want to do swapsies afterwards, then you can do. But yeah, it's a really good one to get people into the stamping and colouring. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with the peacock blue, and I'm going round the edges, and I'm, instead of doing flicking action that we tend to do with illustrators, which you'll find lots and lots of step-by-steps and hints and tips and ideas on dedicated crafters TV shows on our YouTube, I'm just going in and I'm pulling the colour in, and then I'm going to go back in with the lighter tone, which was the waterfall, and I'm crossing over ever so slightly and pulling down, blending in that depth. I'm going to go all over what I've just done a moment ago. Let's go in again.
Wendy says, Craig, we need some more male stamps, maybe something svelte and sexy. How about John could pose for them? Wow, what are we then, Craig? Chopped liver, us two.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll ask John in the break, see what he can do. He is in today. He's looking very ravishing in pink. Have you seen him wandering around backstage, Craig?
With his pink one, yeah, his pink
got
top
pink.
on.
I know.
Yeah, he was playing the footy yesterday.
He was what?
Playing footy.
Football?
Yes.
Or soccer, as our American viewers call it.
Yeah. He was playing that last night.
Prime Minister Johnson's in the US, you know, today, Craig.
He's in New York, isn't he?
He's in New York, meeting President Biden. Yeah, I was listening to it on the radio this morning. I had no idea.
Did you? Oh, did you not?
I didn't know he was off. Yeah, on his.
Yeah.
I was about to say on his hollybobs. Then I don't think it's a holiday.
Yeah,
probably very important, you know, worldly matters being discussed. But
it is. I can actually fill you in on that one. Not I know much about politics, but they've got the big summit in Glasgow in November.
Indeedy.
And this is the initial
like a precursor
meeting of all the leaders before the huge big one in Glasgow.
Yeah, and also it was announced yesterday, Craig, that we will be able to travel to the US from November.
Oh, I can see that big apple at the end of the tunnel there, that big apple light. It's just there. I can just see the Statue of Liberty just there.
So fully vaccinated travellers from the UK and Europe can enter the US from the 1st of November. How exciting.
Oh, buzzing.
Amazing.
Absolutely
really
buzzing.
amazing. Very, very happy. And looks like, Craig, those few days in the States over Christmas is on the horizon. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for you, yeah. Fingers crossed. I know it won't be too long. I think I'll be, funny, me and Tracy were talking about that before. We should be getting our letter, because we will, as you guys will all know, we'll be getting that extra booster one.
Yes.
So for the autumn one, so that will be
absolutely.
Soon. And then, yeah, who knows? Don't know if New York would quite be next year. Maybe need a little bit extra time to save, but at least it's on the horizon, that's for sure. Get that trip.
Yeah, it's nice for things to be. A couple of viewers thought you said footsie, just to clear that up.
Oh, footy.
Footy, no S in there. Very, very absolutely changes the context of the meaning. The additional S that should not have been there. It's not what Craig said John was up to at the weekend. Footy. Christine Mahoney says, yeah, I want to meet up with you guys when you come to New York. Well, maybe Christmas. I was obviously meant to go to LA earlier this year, Craig. Didn't happen.
Weren't you? Yeah.
So hopefully can get that rescheduled for some point in the very near future.
I know it's just another happy stepping stone, isn't it? Another one. Just makes a world of difference. Makes you smile.
Because obviously US travel has been able to come here for a little while now.
That's right, yeah.
I think, and also in Europe, a lot of Europe is open to US travel. It's just us, we couldn't come to the US. So that has changed.
Yeah, because the WWE are across here just now.
It's here. I saw some friends were at the O2 last night watching WWE.
Yeah, and they were through in Newcastle on Sunday night.
Did you not go, Craig?
I did not go because me and Lord Adam, who's also a wrestling fan, we didn't realise they were here in Newcastle.
Did you not?
No, we didn't know that, no. So they kept that quiet from us. But no, otherwise we would have gone. But yeah, they were just through Newcastle. I think they're Cardiff today.
So are they all televised or are they untelevised?
No, not this one. Usually, at least one of them are.
Right.
Usually they do one of, they'll do Monday Night Raw and also Friday Night SmackDown from the UK.
Right.
But this is the first time they've been here since, obviously, COVID and that's happened. So I think they've just been doing what they call house shows.
Right.
So non-televised shows. Obviously testing the water, seeing how things are, because they've got full crowd capacity in America now.
Oh, wow.
I think we
are here. We're at capacity now again. There was a gig, the AO Arena, which is the big arena in Manchester, holds about, I think it's the biggest indoor arena in the UK, Craig, holds about 17,000 people.
Is it?
And it had its first gig back in 18 months, just this weekend gone, yeah. 17,000 people watched The Blossoms, who are a local Manchester band, yeah. So it's good to see things getting back to normal again. Although, it was a bit of a busy one in Manchester on Saturday because Manchester City were playing at home, Craig. Manchester United were also playing at home. And there was 2 massive gigs as well in the city. So you can imagine, double football and 2 huge gigs. So I think UB40 were also playing in Manchester as well. So it's a busy one this weekend.
It is really, really busy. Again, it's just all about things getting back to normal, isn't it? Normal as can be. Of course, I know
we'll be whinging about how busy everything is again.
I know, I know. It's one of those, we're all staying safe as well, but it is just nice to get back to do normal things again. But all that I've been doing, and I feel as though I've been quite good and still managing to chat and colour at the same time.
You've been great, no colouring coma for you.
Which is very, very unlike me. I will go over these colours very, very shortly. But colouring, and all that I've been doing is the 2 tones, as you can see. I've not been doing 3-tone blends. You can do if you want, but sometimes you don't need to. You can go in, you can completely change the look as well. You know what you could do as well is go in with your tacky glue or your little glue pens and add some of your AB glitter or your clear glitter. Could be sparkly, could be quite Eurovision-esque.
Love that.
Could be you and your friend, Eurovision night.
Well, Eurovision season has officially begun, Craig.
Already?
Has it begun already? I mean, any song released after the 1st of September the year before is eligible to be entered into the Eurovision Song Contest.
Is it? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, that's the only, it has to be not released before the 1st September. And also Belgium have already announced who their participant will be. Not, of course, the song yet, but we know who will be representing Belgium. So that's it, really. It starts now, Craig.
It all starts
and the city announcement, any day now, we believe. So it's a foregone conclusion, really.
Is it?
If it's going to be Turin, is the word on the street. Okay. So obviously, because Italy won last year, it will be somewhere in Italy, but we believe Turin is like the odds-on favourite to host the competition. So I reckon in the next couple of weeks, we'll get the date, firm date and the city, and then I'll be able to book my travel. I have already, of course, booked my flights to Sweden, Craig.
Right.
To attend Melodifestivalen, which is...
What's that?
Melodifestivalen, which is the precursor for the Swedes to Eurovision. So it's how they pick their Eurovision song and act. So it's a 6-week... It's a 6-week competition. It travels all over Sweden. So they have 4 heats, a semi-final and a final. And it's the biggest... it's the highest watched TV show in Sweden all year.
No way.
So it's been going like 50 years. So yeah, so we've been, most years we go. Obviously couldn't go last year. It did happen, but we couldn't go last year. So yeah, we'll be going back for that in March.
As a absolute avid Eurovision watcher, lover, fan, do we ever have a chance going forward?
Yes, 100%. We do.
Do you think so? Yeah.
Yes, we do. Israel won in 2018, Craig. They have no neighbours in the competition. You know, not even really on the continent of Europe, yet they still won. So yeah, it's more than possible. If we send something good, we could win.
I suppose that's it. It's we're needing something good.
Yeah, the problem is not what we. The problem is what we send is the issue a lot of the time, Craig.
I think the last time I seen it was
it's not very good.
Scooch.
Oh, I love Scooch. One of my absolute favourites, Craig.
Was it?
Yeah, love that one. Anyway, you guys stateside as well, if you're thinking, oh, I've got no idea what Eurovision is, you will know soon because the Great American Song Contest is happening this year, Craig.
Is that the American
next
version?
year, sorry, it's happening next year. And it is basically the Eurovision format, but it's going to be all the states of the US competing against each other. And all of the local broadcasters are going to pick and present songs. And I think it's going to be over a few weeks because obviously there's a lot of states.
Yeah.
But yes, it is very much the Eurovision format for the states of the US.
How cool
That will be happening next year. I think it's towards the end, towards fall next year. So kind of around this time next year that'll be happening.
Gosh, if you think the UK can go all out, wait until the US of A. They'll go to town, won't they? They'll have a blast. Right, do you know what? I better stop now because we're literally running out of time. But here we go. So I used a combination of bubble gum and fuchsia for the dress and the cushions. Then for the chair, I used a combination of waterfall and peacock blue. Then for part of the dress, combination of blue grey 1 and blue grey 3. And then for the hair, I used gold and I used natural brown. So I would finish off a few little bits and pieces, but then what you can then do is using the sentiment and then using some of the additional embellishments that you can see, you can start to create some really, really fun cards. So that's what we started to do, and you can see how that can start to come together. But I know, as you'll have seen earlier on when Debbie was on, she's absolutely beyond excited about bringing these ones to you all. It's launch party, but they are launching today, but they're coming up in launch party. Sassy and Classy stamp collection, 27 elements in total. Today's price is $29.97 or $38.85. It is a launch day in launch party, but you are saving 25% on the today's price. But Platinum's going to come down to £23.98, $31.08. crafterscompanion.co.uk here in the UK, .com for you guys stateside, and .eu for all of you across Central Europe. What I would say as well, we're still at the beginning of the week, so take the opportunity to go on our website, have a look at the new download section, the new products, everything. Have a little peruse of our website while you're there with your cup of tea or your little drinky poo, depending on what time of the day it is, Joe.
We've had a lovely message in from Petra Killström who says Joe, välkommen till Sverige och Melodifestivalen, which I love, which I believe in Swedish says, Joe, welcome to Sweden for Melodifestivalen. Petra, where are you? Maybe I could pop round for a semla. Which is a beautiful Swedish bun, Craig. Right, now I need to just quickly give you some info about these. It is, of course, our Illustrator markers, which are fantastic. Really lovely, soft Japanese brush nib on these, and the bullet end as well. And also, you're getting 36 colours within. They're upside down. I know, I knew that. I was just testing you, wasn't I? Of course I was. You can see you get 36 different colours within here as well. They are absolutely gorgeous. Really are the top of the tree when it comes to the alcohol markers that we bring, aren't they, Craig?
They really, really are. These are going to give you incredible movement when it comes to fur, to hair, to foliage, any of these sorts of natural look. You're going to get incredible depth to them. But of course, if you want to use them as standalone alcohol pens, you absolutely can do it. And they were the ones I was just using a moment ago.
Fabulous. Loads of you still chatting away with us. I've put these jeans in the tumble dryer, Craig, and I've put 2 turn-ups in them today.
2?
But I feel like they're very high, aren't they?
Halfers.
They are. They're very halfers. Or pedal pushers, as we call them. Why is there a little floating head there,
just
popping?
Just popping
under the camera. Oh, it's fine. She's going to go back.
Oh no, you just missed it. There you go. There you go. That was Hillary there.
The lovely Hillary just popping in. Say hello.
No demo of the show because I've not really done anything.
No.
Apart made a spine. We did do that colour, so probably what we'll just do is put Debbie's card in for demo of the show. So you're going to get a winner from Debbie definitely today. That is for sure. That is me for today. I'm away to head home and do some prep for tomorrow because we are back together tomorrow on Wake Up Call. We are due as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Have a lovely rest of the day watching Debbie and Joe. I know I will do. I'm sure there's going to be lots of laughs. laugh, certainly coming up in that Sassy and Classy as well. So yes, as I say, going to be back tomorrow where we're going to do it all over again for the midweek edition. I will try and remember and wear pink as it being Wednesday.
Well, might have an issue with that, Craig.
How?
Well, because I have left all of my shirts in Manchester today.
Have you?
I was in the car on the way in. I got all the way to Leeds. I just thought to myself, You know when you're leaving the house and you know you're forgetting something, and you just know. And then I got to Leeds and I sort of looked over my shoulder into the back of the car and I thought, yep, haven't bought any shirts with you. So I do have 2 here, clean and ready to go already.
Okay,
but neither of them are pink.
You've got your foil press shirt as well.
I have, that's
So
3.
these
I think I
must-
might have to go and purchase a couple of shirts for the end of the week.
Tesco's is just round the corner. They've got some nice stuff.
Yeah, maybe I'll go to the Metro Centre.
Metro Centre.
The
Oh, I
Metro.
love the Metro Centre. Yeah, come here. Rightio, there we go. Let's tune in tomorrow and see what kind of shirt Joe's going to be wearing then. Will it be fancy? Will it be new? Or will it be a foil press shirt? Who knows?
knows?
You'll find out tomorrow. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Joe, George and Georgina. I will see you again tomorrow for Wake Up Call. That is, of course, 12 noon here in the UK, 7 a.m. Eastern Time or 4 a.m. Pacific Time. And we will, for sure, see you then. Bye.
Bye.